We are with Texas A&M coach JT Higgins, and we are at the Aggie Invitational, the 7th year of this event. But this year, with you moving to the Southeast Conference, you've made some changes, haven't you?
Yeah, we have. We've been able to add a few teams by going earlier in the month of April. And so we have some SEC teams. Alabama, LSU, and Arkansas are new to the field, and then we actually got a couple Pac-12 schools, UCLA and Washington. So we think it's added a few things. It's nice.
Now you also are playing a 5-count-4. You've played 6-count-5 sometimes in the past. Is that part of that change too?
Well, it wasn't. The original plan was to have 15 teams, and then we had a few teams drop out, and so we'd already invited everybody under the 5-count-4 format, and we just didn't think it was fair to change it late in the game. With 15 teams, we felt like 90 players would have been a little bit too much on this golf course. So we could have done it again this year, but since we'd already sent out the invitations, we went with the 5-count-4.
And you did mention some of the teams a second ago, but you really have a good field here and a really good cross-section field.
I think it's about as good a field as you're going to find anywhere this year. You know, you add Duke in from the ACC, we've got the traditional Big 12 teams, Oklahoma State and Oklahoma and Texas Tech, and then North Texas and Kent State, you know, are great mid-major teams that are really going to contend this year at regionals and nationals.
And for people out there, it is a changed field. In the history of this event, there have been 26 different teams that have played here, and this is the most changeover. You've got 7 new teams here this year. You've never had 7 new teams, and obviously with the conference affiliation, but just an incredible field for this year. How's your team playing right now?
You know, we're getting better. I feel like we've been on the verge of playing great golf the whole last month of March, and we've been so close. And so I feel like maybe at home and getting a little home cooking might put us over the edge, and maybe this is the week we break out. So, you know, we've been solid, but I think it's time for us to start playing our best.
As a coach, you get to this time in April. April's sort of a magic point in the college golf season, and you're starting to push forward towards conference and postseason. What are some of the things you might do a little differently or think about as you're approaching your event and the rest of the season?
Well, we're just trying to peak. You know, you want to get where the mistakes that you were making back in the fall and the early spring don't happen anymore. And when I talk about that, that's more of a mental side of things, you know, that our composure's strong, that we're able to stay in the moment better, and that, you know, you just don't get as frustrated as easily. Because, you know, when you get to this time of year, starting at traditions, but then going to the conference and the regionals and nationals, the courses are going to be tough and challenging. Usually the weather this time of year is challenging, and so you've got to be tough. And so hopefully we're at our best this time of year.
Well, you got a great field. It's always been a great event. Looking forward to it. Thanks, JT.
Thanks, Mark.